So, folks, welcome to DNS Liberia. We're live from the along the Japanese freeway, I could say, specifically around the Sumenko area, where there has been a reported situation of an explosion of some oxygen tanks here along the Japanese freeway. So, this has called the attention of many Liberians. So, this has called the attention of many Liberians. And then we are seeing vehicles belonging to the Liberian National Fire Service. They are on the scene. An ambulance here as well. If there's no restriction here, sorry, we cannot go in to give you a clearer a visual of how the place there is like, because there's no restriction here. We have to listen about security protocols. So basically, we can see. I think it's a joint security here because we are seeing officers of the Liberian National Police and as well personnel from the Liberian National Fire Service. We cannot just tell you as to what lives were lost, but you can share this live. You can share this live as we stay here. As you stay tuned, bring you a live report from here. We will update you as we get happiness, as we get updated as well. As we get updated, we'll provide you some updates. But this is an explosion of some oxygen tanks here right in the Simeco belt, right around the United Islamic High School here, not too far from the Simeco factory here. So as long we are given the permission to go in, we'll bring you a clear graphic and a clear detail from our end here as to the place where the explosion took place. But we can see that a line has been drawn, and that's a no-go zone. Yes, it's a no-go zone because we're not given the permit to go in as those security officers who are there doing that job. Doing that job. So we are trying to get a very clear visual of our India. But there seems to be no way. So we are saying the deputy director for operations here takes care of the Liberian National Fire Service, who hope to speak with him as he will give us details as to what has happened here. Because we are certain suspects hoping to get all the necessary details and pieces of information as it relates to the explosion of those oxygen tankers. But this has drawn the attention of many Liberians on wanting to know what exactly has happened. There has been 11 suspects, and they are saying hope lives were being lost, and
If they would be, think they would be able to predict what is happening. So stay tuned. When you go there with this is how we love to welcome.
so we are seeing the officers here on scene,
So let me ask you,
the representing the National Fire Service. They seem to be making a way out.
Are you saying that people living there? People in the fire. It's one of them. What happened? So how many people up?
So the fire trucks, they are now set to leave.
And the first one, you know, happy look on it. How many people number there now? The fire rescue. Also, when we came, I think people have already taken the people to the hospital. And what we did was that we got a 360. We saw the mini fire that we saw. We caught the fire off. Now we are not seeing I mean, we are still checking. We actually the people of the place. We actually they said that there was some person who got wounded, and then they took them to the hospital. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to verify the information. I'm going to the hospital. So from there, I'm driving to the hospital. See exactly how many persons who got wounded from the fire.
So you are getting, from what reports you are getting, 7 persons reportedly 7 persons got wounded. But did anybody lose their lives in this process?
So what we have not gotten is that we have not seen any death body. Now, actually, like I said, we keep in and then like was part of foot. We let them fight them. We have not seen any body, so we cannot verify that somebody like that unless there is something like that. We are just seeing some family member trying to say my brother.
So who you on the hospitals were they taken to?
I'm told that they were taken to GFK, so I'm driving to GFK now.
for the angle of fire.
So that was the voice of the Deputy Director for Operation, who spoke to us and told us that from what they have gotten so far, that 7 persons got wounded, and so far what this fire service as an institution is aware of is that basically no lives were lost, but family members of those reported 7 victims wounded victims were seen crying. This is the things. This is the things. And these yellow tanks that you are seeing, these are the oxygen tanks that exploded. That exploded. So we are still seeing personnel from the Liberia Immigration Service, from Liberia National Police, as well as the Liberia National Fire Service. They are on the scene. So 7 persons got wounded from what we're told about the fire service deputy director for operations, and he also told us that as fire service is aware that no lives were lost, as they are informed. So those 7 wounded individuals, those reported 7 wounded individuals were taken to the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital in the single end there, and instruction.
Were you in there when the incident took place?
Well, I took a center of it, and the incident occurred, and the marketing manager, and the CEO, and Russia.
Since you arrived here, what have been the information you have gathered?
Information gathered here, photo here, 16 individuals injured. Up to now, there are no information from emails, everything goes on. Everything.
Is this place the factory for Mira gas?
This is where we receive our items from the port, and then we store them, and then for this
It's a storage. Now that this has happened, how long have you been working here?
well, from 4 months to 1 month.
5 months. Okay, so you care to tell the audience as to whether these guys who got wounded, you are close, you in any way have close connection with any of them?
Yeah, majority of them, they are my closest people. We work together, and we have so many things in common. As you see right now, the recovery has taken responsibility of what is happening, and they are then forwarded from our hospital. Some of them, that's every single day.
Thank you. Your name, sir.
I'm Canada.
Thank you very much for speaking.
That's perfect. Incident that took place here and still received Mira gas.
So Salam talks the Miria there's a Miria oxygen factory. It's where this incident occurred a few minutes ago. So now an instruction from the Liberia National. So the instruction is now being given that the gate should be closed. So to just give you a recap of what's been happening from what we were told by the
How many? You have any idea if anybody died in the incident? How many male, how many female you identified our injuries?
How many person was in the building when the
All right.
Thank you.
How long you been working here?
So we're still getting verses of those employees, of these employees, we who were on the same get the same crime here. But from what we've gotten so far, that no lives were lost. We don't know the nature of the injury so far, but we are finding we're finding our way to go along with authorities here as they will be headed to the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital. So, as reported by one of the employees, as it was said by one of the employees, 37 workers were on uh, were on the ground when this incident occurred. So, folks, we are taking a short break and we'll resume.
Hey everyone. Ooh, hello, 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 hello. Welcome again to another edition of the Late Night Exchange on Liberia Watch News. Please go to your Facebook, go to your YouTube, and look for Liberia Watch News and subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you want to say. You can even put that, Amy, your head is big today. At least you're saying something. Don't do that. But, just, you know what I mean. Go comment, share, and subscribe. And, come back in and let's have a conversation about Liberia and some of these terrible stuff we see happen in the videos that I play, right? And I know some of you, it was your first time seeing it, like me today. So I decided, whenever I see something, it shocked me, I try to bring it on so you guys can watch it too and see and get a feel of it, and also know what's going on in the country because yeah, it's a lot of things that are happening with our people, self-inflicted, some people bad labor practices and lack of whatever, so we can we try to show those things just for educational purposes, right? So when someone else watch something like this, they will know, you know, the mistakes that were made that caused that incident to happen, to avoid it, should in case it happen. I mean, be in that case. That's why sometimes some of these videos, it's just to inform the public. Yeah, so thank you for coming. Thank you again. Everyone, for everyone who are not commenting, who names I cannot see. Thank you. Mawule and Niwe from Kentucky, Louisville. Thank you for coming. Also, thank you for being here with me for now. Um, on the late night exchange, guys. I'm trying to work on this timing. We are trying to work on this timing. Let me not put it on just me. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for always sharing. Alfred, you need to come on. Thank you for always interacting with us. Thank you for always keep it busy and not making it boring. Interact with us, comment, share, and everything so we can talk about Liberia, right? Like I always tell you, we come here, we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. I always like to talk about the good, but nevertheless, the bad are there too. Like the one that I just showed you the video. That's not anything good. that happens. So we also have to talk about those things. So that's our country. We have to contribute the little ways that we know how to, right? I'm not in Liberia, but I'm concerned about what happened in Liberia because I have family there. I have investment there. I have, it's home. Liberia is home. Don't listen to people trying to, undermine our staying away so we don't. I think we will stay away. We know that seeing the, good things out of the country, I think we are more concerned and we love Liberia. We want to see it more than the ones that were there. The ones out there used to the same old thing and used to that politicians and that political party. And then they want to hold us, want to make us feel that, we are not a part. We shouldn't be talking about it because we've been away so long, which I don't know where that concept came from, but I think they're wrong. We have the best way to fix it, to fix the things because we're not used to those things that they're used to. So, anyways, thank you. Alfred, thank you. But come on, you're supposed to be up here like 2 weeks ago, according to you, and you're still in the comment section. I don't like that. Well, for now, let's bring on the guys in the back, and we can move on from there. Formula. Thank you. Well, Mr. Davis is on, but he's not on his screen right now, so I'm not going to bring him on. I'll wait for him to come on first before I can bring him on. But good evening, Pamela. Good evening, good afternoon. Even though I called, I didn't get any respond. I was just talking to you, try to call back. But anyways, tell the people what's your issue, what's your problem, and hello. Don't tell them what your issue is. Just tell them hello.
Yeah, hello, my people. You already know. Sometimes it's a total want to scratch a board, but the hands are short. No. So I will always in a constant habit of apologizing, for some level of inconsistency, but yeah, it's still, and it's still incumbent upon us as patriot to always come back in our honesty and say we are sorry, but let's find a way forward. So thank you for holding the ground, Amy. I've been having some rough times since I came back from Indiana, trying to stabilize some things before coming up. They say only a madman will go to sleep with his roof on fire. So I'm not going to go to sleep when I have some other things to take care of. That is, if this area is not quiet down, I will not have the opportunity to sit here and to speak more to our people. So I need to have a comfortable space, on all the ground level. I can sit and and share my argument. But what a great day! Today I'm so happy because with all of the hoodoo battle that is going up and down, for us who are are always optimistic, who are the optimists,
right?
When it comes to the growth and development of our country, we've seen a lot of good things happening in Liberia, and there are a few bad things happening because we cannot say everything is bread and butter, everything is rosy. I'm not going to be part of that people who come and tell you that everything is perfect. No. In previous administration, people felt that by keep telling the leader that everything is okay was the best way forward, even when there was clear evidences that showed that that everything was not done correctly, things were not happening properly, but yet and still people think that they can turn a blind eye into the truth. But in this administration, for us, what really set this administration apart is the ability for us who believe in the prophecy, who believe in the agenda of President Bouakai, to still look at the government and some of our colleagues who going out of track, who trying to undermine the existing reality of the Liberian people. We can still look at them in their faces and tell them, say, "Bo, you guys are not proceeding well." And we all can, knock the corners and still come to an acceptable reality that no matter what we do, we are all Liberians and we want the best for Liberia. So it's a good thing that there are a lot of good things that outweigh the bad things in our country, but we are not like some of the mainstream media who spin and information and spew only negativity and to our people. But for us, it's our passive, is our energy that we harness. The energy that we harness is a positive energy, so we have to share it to people who are around us so that they can keep up with the positivity. That's the only way that we're going to move forward. But Amy, I agree. Back to you.
Thank you. Mr. Davis. Oh boy.
Mr. David, you are muted.
Start all over.
She used to it though. Anytime.
Yeah, because your background be too noisy. I have to mute you. Go ahead.
My background.
When you're moving around.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for unmuting me.
Anytime.
To all our listeners, it's not about the negativity or it's not about the positive issue on this show. It's all about where we can carry Liberia. Are we moving forward or backward? Our concern here is to tell our people what is going on in the community, in the society, because we want everybody to benefit, not only a few group of people sit down and say the lawmaker or the president or the senator. Anybody in Liberia can become president, anybody can become senator. We all, the natural resources were not mentioned for only the Davis or only the Codis. It's for all the tribes in Liberia. The 5 million people, the natural resources for all of us. It's not for one person. So now one group of people go sit down, who they become senator, become representative, and be exploiting the other people. And they don't want other people to benefit, even down to education or to medical. So it become, so dangerous for the society. When only a few group of people can take in to go India for medication, they can go anywhere of their wish to go for medication, while the rest of the people cannot even enter JFK. Some people can even deliver on the street. So we need to move the country backward. Forward, not backward. Because
whoa, what?
Because we're not continuing here to sit here and say past administration. No. We in present administration. We're not in past tense. I'm not English.
But Mr. Davis, I'll interrupt you there. It's funny that you're saying that you don't want to be talking about the past. When you're the same one who says on this show, every time we talk about something happening, you refer to the past, the good old days, like they're happening, this and that. So what is saying there now? It's not going to happen. That lie. And you're sitting here telling us that we shouldn't be talking about past administration. What's going on here? Have you repented from the past?
So you don't want me to teach?
I'm all for change. I'm just because from last night we're just talking about, and now I'm hearing we shouldn't talk about the past.
What my focus is now is the present. What is it for me tomorrow? What is it for my children tomorrow? What is it for my brothers, my whatsoever, from the length and breadth from Grand Dealer to Kidman County to Nova County, what it is for them tomorrow. It's not for what happened to them in the past. We're not going to live on the past. The past is the past. We're looking at the present.
Absolutely.
So we tell the government what is good for all in the present. We're not telling the past already finished passing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Guys, you see, prayers do work. I'm telling you. We pray on Mr. Davis. He's out of that past. Thank God. Thank you. No, whichever way you want to pray, but yeah, it's an honest prayer. No, seriously, I agree with you. But there are some things that we cannot go without saying, attaching it to the past. And there are certain things that when we see changes, and we cannot just keep referring to the past, right? So I do agree. Yeah, you cannot stay all the way away from the past, but we can be making progress. And you say, oh, because this happened in the past and no one this way, so we cannot. No, we have to be open-minded and optimistic about things, right? About changes in our country, and we are hoping and praying, and that things change. So tonight we'll start with the rape issue first, right? This whole rape thing with the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports. That some people there are mixed views out there about it, about the timing, the length of time that it's taking, and how in other cases it has been different. So I heard some laws today that I don't want to believe, but we will talk about it. Let me play this video a little bit, guys, and then we'll move on from there. We'll talk about it. Let's listen to the gender minister first.
Empowering women, but also there is this training issues about an alleged rape case of a 14-year-old girl. It is trending in the country, and a lot of people are raising concern. Even Councillor Tiawan Bongo raised concern about, up to now, the Labrador National Police is yet to arrest Deputy Minister Brian McGill, who is alleged to have carried on this act. From the standpoint of the Ministry of Gender, what level of advocacy are you carrying in that direction? I'm aware that you have been involved, and some of the challenges you are faced with, I've read in the news as well, in terms of taking this victim to a safe home. You face that problem with the family as well. But one of the key issues most of the advocates are raising is the issue of apprehending the alleged suspect, as is done in many cases. What exactly is the Ministry of Gender doing in that direction in terms of advocating, or don't you see it prudent for this suspect to be arrested since there's investigation ongoing? I usually it's done. Thank you.
I like the way you put it. On our statutory mandate at the Ministry of Gender, we are not clothed with authority to arrest. So we are doing what we are doing as per our statutory mandate. However, we are following the investigation process. Right now, as we speak, when you drive at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, you see a female lawyer employed here reviewing the camera. So, but for the nature of work we do, and I always say to the public, the issue of rape is a strong issue, strong violation against women and girls. It should not be politicized. It should be carefully handled, because the individuals associated with it are going through a journey that need the most support. And after we heard the story, we just did what we had to do, and we officially, the first thing I did was to make contact with the Minister of Youth and Sports. And the next day, he put out a statement. We also wrote the police, asking for a transparent process. And from the very day the police got involved, we have a social worker that's working along with the Women and Children Division and following up the case, just as our lawyers here are also following the case. And we also have the medical report in our possession. We have some statements. We are not the legitimate statutory entity of government to prosecute or to arrest.
Whether you can join the advocacy, that was the question. And whether you see a prudent for you to be arrested.
Of course, we have written the police and we have asked the police to do the necessary. And we're waiting for the report. In our communication to the police, we asked that they should also serve us the copy of that report. However, we have the child in our possession and we are providing her all the necessary support while we follow the investigation process.
No, gentlemen. You know, there's a lot of oh, why is the thing keep coming up like this? A lot of attention on this case, right? And it has been. I know the police put a statement out sometime last week about what they're doing, but some people are saying that the police are not moving quick enough as like they usually do with other rape cases. They are slowing down and they are afraid that this is going to get swept under the rug. Mr. Derek, we'll start with you. So I started to play the general ministry something because I too, when I heard that, I wanted to know what they were doing because I know there is a ministry like this in Liberia. If they were kind of keeping an eye on this case, and that's why I want everyone to hear what she said. But go ahead, Mr. Davis. Why do you think this is going on? Why do you think they're taking so long with this case, or why is it different, according to some people, from other cases or from other rape allegations that have been reported?
You see, in Liberia, the big man syndrome it damaged the country a lot. The Bisha, the who know you syndrome is very bad because in the first place, the rape cases are not like where they can arrest the suspect. It can be also rape.
Without any investigation?
When they say you raped allegation against you, they gotta put you under custody before before something happened, but they gotta put you under custody. Police gotta arrest you. I don't see they say somebody raped, the police go there, they not arrest you. They can arrest you. Then they investigate. That's what the justice minister should be doing. But the justice minister, I see the minister is passing around, riding a seeing old car, going from place to place. There could be a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
It will interfere in the case because he's not sitting at one place. He will be buying a way out.
Yeah.
So the best thing the police will do, the justice minister will do, is arrest the man for persecution. They say alleged until found guilty, but rape is non-billable.
So the non-billable thing.
Is
it non-billable after you have been
convicted? But in the
convicted,
first place,
or is non-billable because you are accused?
Yes.
Because you are accused?
When you are accused, the first thing the police put you into custody. Okay, don't look at it way. In case he out there passing around, angry mob go and beat him down. So who's gonna hold responsible? There will be angry mob around somewhere for this. So other people, let me tell you, the Jesus Christ will pray to you can't on air high enemy. What about human being? People could get against themselves and say, I mean, they will be his enemy. They get people like this say, okay, so we can use the opportunity to be the man in the community. Then man go pay some people, then they trouble you and beat you. So it can happen. So the best thing, the police will keep him out of the street and keep him in a place until after the investigation. Because now the general ministry, they only get a group of lawyers that go to court and defend the child or whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this guy is a government employee. He's from the executive. He's gonna get lawyer to defend him the same way too. But in the meantime, he's gonna be in jail, not outside passing around.
So, are we concerned about his safety here, or are we concerned?
I'm also concerned about his safety.
Right. So,
because when he passing around, people will say, "Oh yeah, the man's over there." I mean, everybody in the world, people all over the world, they get enemy. I don't care what you do. Somebody could game against you. They say, okay, I know the man. Send the man, he can do the thing. He can go Douala all the time. We'll sell for him at Douala. When he comes to Douala, we will know how to grab him. Then you go to Allah, they say, oh, they may really bill you there. They may be you. You pay them $10. They bill you them merciful or you die.
That's crazy. But I would think that when a person is accused of a crime, you get investigated when you're convicted of that crime. Before they give you that non-billable sentence, but just because
The
somebody
problem is
said
the police
Mr. David did something, somebody could be lying on Mr. David too, right? And I'm not saying
yeah, but the
I'm
problem is
just
the police gotta carry you, then your lawyer will sign for you. Then mean you already in the court. Or you going to court. You on your way to court. When police arrest you, if you want, you can say that lawyer can sign for him.
Okay, yes, that's what I'm. Okay, come on in. Come on in. Come in. From there on this one. Seriously, this part of the law is kind of confused. But let me see what Tommy said. Tommy said, the simple way to look at this: if you're accused of theft and get arrested, you can post bail and be released while the investigation continues. In the contrast, the case of rape. Once you're arrested, you are typically remained in custody until the case is. Oh, that's what I'm saying, though.
So, Amy, I mean, just quickly come in. You know, the cases such as these, like rape, these are sensitive cases.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And because of the volatile environment that we have in Liberia, too many people don't think about the repercussion of what happens if you do not carefully investigate allegation of rape or other sensitive matter.
Mm-hmm.
In Liberia, we are quick. They kind of a hasty way. Everybody want the hasty thing. It does not work that way. And more besides, this still remain an allegation.
Yeah.
There are other things that honor it. You cannot you have to even protect the victim.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, with the kind of toxicity we have now in Liberia with the social media and things that are going on, everybody want to take everything and post it on the internet. You cannot do that for a minor. Any attempt for the police to give into this, you see sooner or later you see bloggers will be taking that thing all over the place. This due process they talk about is to make sure the police have all of the facts before turning over whatsoever they have collected to the court. And all of us here have had the problem many a times because of the same Mao and justice we want in our country. There, they take people who are especially our law say everyone is presumed to be innocent until proven otherwise. And before a competent court of adjudication. But many a times.
But is it the same as rape though? That's what I'm hearing. In the rape case, is a different on board game. It's different.
But you cannot just go and grab somebody because they are how many people there now today that we're talking about at Sub Beach? How many people there today? They are not even touched a case. They will say, "Oh, the man raped the person." They grab the person, they throw the person behind bar. Then they say, "Oh, we're going to go collect the information." They show that person will be behind bar for years. They stay building up the case here. So we know that it is, it is a grave offense, and all other, institution or entity that is involved in this have already been invited. But we all have to give space to, institutions who are responsible to do the first line of work. And I'm happy that this government is not bowing down to unnecessary pressure, but somebody can sit down on their, on their platform and just say, "Oh, the person raped." No. The government is an institution set up by the people. So there are people who are professional, who are trained to deal with these kind of cases. they have to deal with it in a professional manner to protect both the
Well,
accused
Father,
and the defender.
don't you think people are concerned because of the way they have been handling other rape cases? Like just grab people because somebody said, "Oh, this guy raped me," and then they just grab them and, like you said, throw them in prison, and they're just there for
Then let
years.
me
They're
let me
not
borrow
teaching it.
Alexander
And
Kumi's
then
thing.
when it comes to the minister now, they want to do it the right way.
No, let me
Isn't
borrow
that a little bit
let me
that
borrow a
doesn't
little
that
bit
call for concern?
from Mr. Thomas. He said we cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. We
Yeah,
cannot.
but why does it have to start with the minister though? Don't you think that'll
No,
be
there are other
big risk?
people. He's not the only one. He's not the only one. We cannot keep doing the wrong thing. So now you just listen to the IG said, you know that for the first time, Liberia now is moving on to a new digital system of biometric now.
Right.
Yeah. So now
I get thirsty. Sorry.
we are moving on to a whole new different system now. So we will still have a pilot program in transition where we'll be moving from the fingerprint and the manual fingerprint now to electronic data processing. So everything that is happening in Liberia now is becoming transitional. We are moving from an old system that was deeply corrupted. You know, people before bribe so that some of the cases did not even reach the place it's supposed to reach. But you see, now we live in an age of information. This information was quick to reach the media. It was the media who started pushing it around before it even came to this point. Why do you think the government want to, take the case here and come on mass after you have already spread all over the media? It doesn't make sense. No government want to do that. But the right thing to do is to gather the facts. Was there crime that was committed? Yes. It was established by the testimony of the father taking the daughter to the police, and the police refer her to the clinic. They wanted to do whatsoever they wanted to do. And
you just try to
I don't listen to men like George.
My man, start listening to the comments.
Yeah, I don't know why you mean how let them men like George.
Because it's not the same case. That's why
the judge looking at somebody beating somebody and looking at somebody raping them, he saying different thing. You can compare a rape case to that of beating case. As if though that's a normal habit, as if though always beating women. So now in the first time, so he left with George. We had to take decision. Well, he did not take decision as if though in our own feeling now. So what thing else? We only spoke about it because he was abusing our women. So now it's another young teenage girl that we have to protect. Do you know the psychological trauma that little child is going through? For us now to come and sit and putting your picture all over on Facebook, running all around.
I hope they're not doing that.
You know what it means? So the Ministry of Gender and Children Protection and whatsoever division, you listen to the minister, they have statutory responsibility. You cannot overcross your bound. The police will do that investigation and turn over to your department, and you will see that everybody involved. Think what she said. They had a female lawyer who went and reviewed the footage, right? So they are part of the process, but you have to go and in line with what the actual investigation should be like, because they don't want for anybody to corroborate the evidence.
Thank you.
That's the thing. They don't want for anybody. There are other things involved. In case now that this is not the only person, because maybe this could be a litmus test to uncovering other dark secret of the alleged rapist. So in case you think the police just going to grab the case and just run with it? No, the police have to set up a landmark and investigate. And the frequency, because this is now something that we are, for me, from what I've listened to from other people, there was not a first time meeting between the minister and the girl. It was not a first time meeting. So
okay. So she can we also say the statutory rape?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
this still remain an allegation, and the police let us give the police time to do their investigation. The police has proven over time, in a short period of time, that they are an institution that follow the rule of law. They take time to do that investigation, and they'll come out with their findings. So let us give them space. We are not saying that he's a bisha. He's not a bisha. Nobody's above the
You
law.
share my fault if you read.
Nobody's above the law.
It's true.
And more besides, for some of us who have who have girls, children, and from if you
can
look
get
at
away
the
with
man
any
again,
crime in my book, but I'm
he
ready.
is
Sorry.
also a father to 2 girls. So why would you think we would want to take side with a man who abused a teenager, and we want us to glorify that kind of a man because he's part of our government that we support? No, we're not supporting no wrongdoing. We are saying let us give the process a chance. Let the police do their work and gather all of the pieces of information that they need. Maybe there are other revelation, there are other testimonies going to come up beyond that. So the police will have to investigate. That's the reason why anything that go before the court, you have to prove to the judge beyond all reasonable doubt. That's why evidence, they say it should be prima facie evidence. You're not coming to go say this, that, yes, that. So this man is an accused. He's still alleged. They are dotting all of the all of the R's and the crossing all of the T. They have to get to the bottom of it, and then they'll connect everything and turn it over to the next stage, because this is a process. But the man is not working. If somebody say the man stay in a position, as he's not staying in a position. But this is an investigative process, so we must give the process chance to germinate.
Thank you. But I agree. We should give the process a chance. As much as me being a female, I know you'll say, oh, because of that obvious reason, so I hate the crime rape. I also hate little boys being raped, right? But in the same token, I want someone to be held accountable for something that they really truly did. Not because somebody said they did it or lied on them. You understand what I'm saying? I want for the right, accused, the right, not accused, but the right, what the word I'm looking for? The person, the doer of that crime, to be prosecuted, to be something, not just anybody, or because you don't like that person, or because they did something to you, or you want to, set that person up. Because there are a lot of times, as much as that something about rape, there are a lot of times that a lot of men are being, lie on, accused falsely of doing these things when they didn't do it. So with a law like this in a country like Liberia, that because somebody said you raped them, so they just grab you and put you in prison while you're there before they start doing all of the investigation and everything. And in a country like Liberia, once they put you in there to throw away the keys, right? They're doing a different thing. And then they'll be saying, oh, we got many cases on the book. Oh, we got many cases on the table. And that's why you were here. So I can also understand why I also want this to be fairness or something. And to make sure that the minister really did this. And if he did it, he should be brought to what forcefully, or he engaged with her and she was she's 14 years old. For goodness sake, how old is this dude? How is it the minister?
He's old enough to be a father. That's what I know.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter that they met before. They didn't meet before. He raped her. And we know how these things work in our country, because they have the power, they have the money, they entice these little girls, and then they pray on them for something, and they do that. I mean, ones that are 16, 17, and the ones that are putting themselves out there and doing that, that's a different issue. I don't know how she was, but even still there, if you know her age, you know her to be there is, and you did that, you're sick in the head, sir. I'm saying if you did it. I'm not saying you did it, but if you did it, then yes, you are. And that should be, he should be prosecuted for that, right? But in the same token, from that, other people, when they do it, they grab them to throw them in prison. So why is he walking around? That's the concern that everybody have. Why is he walking around? He could be intimidating on eyewitnesses or witnesses or people that dare to something, or the family. Which is true. It's true that he could do any of that. So why should it be different? I know you said we can't be doing the same thing all the time and expect different results. True. We cannot. The Einstein said, right? But why, when we decide to turn the table, why should we start with the minister? Why not other innocent or regular people? right? Then people may have seen something in it and be like, okay, so they started doing it different now. But when it started with the minister, of course you will hear people saying things that even if it's not true, those people they're trying to put on the rock because he's a minister, so they're trying to treat him differently from the regular people. If it starts when I can definitely understand that concern. Don't you see it as well, Mr. Davis? Mr. David, are you with us? Are you sleeping?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's an allegation again. Oh, sorry, Mr. David.
No,
you
go
can
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I understand it's an allegation. You heard what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
But
It's
the
an
same thing
allegation.
with other cases too.
It's an
It
allegation,
has always been allegation when they grab them and throw them in jail, right?
and if investigation is going out, and because in Liberia, people always just presume everybody to be guilty. I don't know, before charge. That is something common. So if the police is doing an investigation and the person who is alleged, we don't, for all of us that are sitting on the platform, we don't know the level of contact that the police have had with this individual. We don't know what other investigation the police is doing. Everybody just saying it because there is an allegation of of a crime that was committed.
No, everybody's saying it because he's still out there walking around.
He could be walking around, but he's still going through investigation. It is part of the process. It doesn't mean that because they say, oh, he's accused of being raped, so that means he should be saying that to your whole entire hand and say, oh, you going nowhere.
From what we read, from the rape law, that is not the process. From the rape law in Liberia,
I just want to ask
what did the process say when somebody is accused of being of raping somebody? The rape law say that person should be sent out to the house.
They should be arrested and locked up
and put behind bar until the investigation is over.
Which I find stupid, but that is the law.
A lot of rape law, you gotta find out rape law for me. Read it myself. Find out rape law myself. Read it, yeah.
I find it hard to believe. I said, well, somebody can accuse somebody and lock them up, but that if
put it in your shoe.
Look at this from a title point. Let them put aside a title. I don't let people saying, oh, because he's a minister. No, the crime.
I don't care.
The law, the organic law of our country does not guarantee anybody. Under the law, there is nobody that is above the law. Under the law, everybody is equal.
You and I believe that, right?
No position business.
You and I believe that, right? But if what I'm telling you now, if that's what they've been doing, that you rip, so when somebody say, the moment I say family rape, they shouldn't investigate before they arrest family and lock him up for life. They should just go and lock him in. They have been doing that, and then they're not doing it with this case. Family, even if that's not what's going on, people would say that is it, and you cannot erase that.
Yeah.
It would be the optic of it is not good. It would be interpreted as that's what's going on. Even if it's not, you and I may know it, but that's what, because when I even heard it, I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you somebody just said this and you just grab the person and just throw them in prison? It doesn't make any sense. But I guess until they can change that, if that's why they've been doing it forever, then they have to continue with this guy. You cannot try to do the right thing now when it comes to him. So people will assume that's what's going on. And it's fair.
The level of intelligence that the security has, I don't think all of us have that intelligence. There are people who they consider to be flag raised. There are people who the police know that you cannot allow them to be on their own volition. Look, let's put aside his title. I don't like to look at the man because of his title. The issue here, the bottom line is, this is a minor,
right,
that is involved. And this man we are talking about is an elderly man, old enough to be her father.
Mm-hmm.
But is this man a flight risk? The police are already detected that he's not.
Spell me all of that.
Oh, okay. So then I mean we don't have conversation then. That because if my input is not given, then like I say.
No, I'm hearing your input, but I'm saying that.
Yeah, because I'm telling you that I am in solidarity with the family.
Mm-hmm.
The man in question is not a sin, but in investigation, there are precursors. The police will have to look for all of them. So in case there are other people that have been abused, because this man was a deputy minister for youth development, in case you are developing other youth in different way.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So now you know now. He was a deputy minister for youth development at the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So in case this is just something that brought him to the spotlight for the police to get more information about how he been developing the youth. Maybe this was how he recklessly and and unconsciously was developing the youth in his mind. And you see what I'm saying? So the police will have to go deep. Give the police time so the police can do investigation. We don't have all of the facts. We know that there is one case now that brought him to public, bring him to the public glare. Everybody's seeing it. But in case there are other cases of other people that he abused, so in case there are other people who come into the police now and giving them information, so you want for the police to just go and jack him up and bring him, then other people will be, and other people will say, oh, they already get a message. I need to go forward to talk my own. So
the other way is not classing to
right. It might not sound right to you, but I know that the police, I'm telling you that the police are doing investigation and they are uncovering other things.
I'm not saying the police are not investigating.
Just remember that Famula said on the show, there are other revelations that the police will come when the police information deck come to formally announce to the public their findings and how they formally charge, because the police already have their media team now. So they will come and give a formal report to the public and they will tell you what all they uncover during the investigation and how they charge the men to court. And then whosoever that is involved, you see that Formula said on the show that there are other revelations that are going to come up that the parents or whosoever that is involved or other people that are involved did not tell us. So I'm telling you that there are some. Anytime you see the police taking this time, it doesn't mean that the person is in a bigger position. That's the reason why it is dragging. It is because there are other information that the police take gallery that are important.
Formula. This man sitting in prison does not stop any other investigation or any other whistleblower or any other person from coming forth on what he did to them. You're missing the whole process here. You're missing the whole.
This is still an allegation.
I'm not saying it's not.
Okay.
But that's the same way with other people. It remains an allegation when they grab these people and lock them up before they start to do investigation. Why should it be different with this minister? That's the concern that people are having out there. Now, that doesn't stop the fact that the police are investigating or not. No. This man is in prison. The same way how to keep other people in prison and claim that they're investigating. You can do the same thing, and you will still have other people come out if they have something against him. That does not stop the fact, or it won't stop anybody from coming out if he did something for any other child from coming out, because it will be investigated. Then they put him there and just say, "Oh, that's it. They end up the ball game." No. But you have to understand the public concern here. If people are concerned that this man is being treated the way he is being treated because he's a minister, you have to listen to that and you have to see it from the way it is. Because they have done it differently with other people. Locking this man up, if that's what the law says, and if that's what they have been going with, there's nothing on there. Putting him in prison, him will have nothing to change the fact that you'll be investigating him, or you can get any other witness will not come. No, that's not true. Because why? You'll be going through the case. You'll be investigating it. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there's something is stupid for you to just grab somebody because somebody accuse them. I don't agree with that. But if that's what's been happening, if that's how it's been, the rape cases has been handled, it shouldn't be any different in this case. And I do understand whoever has that concern. I know there's some political something on the air, But for the genuine people who have it because they think that it's something, I can understand that. I can understand that concern to that, right? But for us to say, oh, because they are investigating, other people might come out. That's why they're not doing no formula. Let's not do that because it will not stop anything. If that is the reason you're putting out there, it will not. But then something he will not stop anything. He can still be in prison. It will still get him.
I don't want you to get this thing twisted. I am not defending this guy.
No, I'm not saying you are.
I am not saying that he shouldn't be arrested. I am saying that sometimes the outcry of the people, sometimes the majority are not always right. So the outcry of the people that are saying, "Oh, arrested man, arrested man, arrested man," sometimes they might not be right. This is there is an ongoing investigation. If we sit on the show and say the police are not investigating, then that means the police. There is an active investigation going on, as was already clarified and was consented by the minister over there. She said it. There's an active investigation, and they are all not only the police, there are other parties involved. She said it, but she said there are statutory responsibility of the ministry.
The police has that, yeah.
And the ministry knows that the police have their own mandate, and they are part of the police got to play. You see, that's the reason why when you listen to the testimony of the father said when he got it, he went to the state and said, no, not how we're supposed to do it. I was sending it to the other person. Oh, the other person said, oh, you can't get sent it to the other, but they get a specific hospital or clinic you're supposed to send a child to. So there are processes involved. So I continue to say this guy is still alleged. It is still in the press of the police. The police think that he needs to be investigated, arrested. Immediately they will go and arrest him. They will go there and arrest him. So I don't want to believe that it was because of his position that's why they allowing him to be sitting out to a halt. And somebody say, oh, the man testing people, intimidate. All that one, the man intimidate people. They are all used against him in the court of law. They can use it against him. So people will come up, witnesses will come up and say, oh, he threatened, he do this. So he knows fully well that. But if somebody tells you that all of you quasi blogger who just look for information and get put it on somebody without even getting the without even getting the facts, then that means if in case they go through the investigation, I'm not saying he's free, but in case they go through the investigation and they found out and there were information that coming out that is contrary to what the public think that happened, what will we say now? That we already beat the man and already judge him and already pass judgment on him without we waiting for the final conclusion of the case, and what will we be saying later on when it come out that in fact what he was accused of, he did not do it? What will we say? So we should also look at the aftermath of other people name and family name that is involved. So the police are trying to protect the victim, protect the accuser, and give both of them that right under the Constitution. The investigation going on. If the police think that they should arrest him, then go and arrest him. We not see the police should not arrest him. But the issue where there's an outcry like, oh, go arrest the man, arrest the man, arrest the man. This is not how things are supposed to operate on a civilized environment. Not everybody can get arrested on a certain condition. That's all I want to say.
I don't agree with that. If all the police, nobody's saying that the police not doing their job. I do understand what the concern coming from. And I'm not also saying the police not doing their job. They might be doing their job. But if this job is being done differently, and if this person's status is different, you got to understand why they would say things like that. That's what I'm telling you. Now, no one is saying the police is not investigating or they're telling them to just go arrest them. But they're seeing the way it has always played out in other cases. Why should their case be different? And you're saying things in that they could have also considered those things in other cases too, but they did not. And they are doing it in this case. So you can also agree that it may not be true. Like
so in a nutshell, it clearly shows conflict of interest.
Legit.
That's why you try. That's why I'm trying to understand them. So that means there's conflict of interest.
That's
Look,
what
this the same thing.
believe. That's what it's
This is the same thing I just went through when I was scrolling on Facebook. There's this guy who called himself Voice of the Voiceless. Will Debo. some kind of name he has. He's in Australia there with Josh. He said he the voice of the voiceless, and he always, I don't know, saying he the one can bring people to the public court of opinion. He fight for people. And then I just listened to one of his video, and he was saying that the information minister, Jeremy Pia, slapped a journalist. That's why he's saying, oh, President Boubacar must dismiss him with immediate effect. Why would the man do this, and he start cautioning the man education, he cautioning the man integrity, he cautioning the man personality. And then I told him, I said, look, from what you're saying now, I said, it clearly shows that I don't even have all the information. Then you beat it, and I said, why the media not running with all of that? I said, because it is baseless. You think that everything, the media knows that
the information out there in the media.
Yeah, there are people there who put credible information out there. There are people who, we know the media what happened. We saw what happened with the issue of Patrick Horner, went for and spread less than $300 brand dollar, and they pour it all around. Oh, Patrick showing, he's opulent, he's doing organized sharing money all around the area. This is what the media we have today. Everybody want to spin something for a story to go and to get a few couple of likes and engagement on our story, so they can get post anything. So this time, the information minister has always been calling on people to be professional in how you disseminate information. There are people this time, as soon as you say hello, he's trying to ask somebody a question, poop, everybody take camera phone also, they recording you. Why would you just record somebody without even asking them for that permission? It's not, and it's not in civilized environment. You don't do that. You don't get record people without their permission. They can take you to the law. But if the information minister takes somebody to the law for illegally and recording him without his consent, they say, oh, the man using power, the man abusing power. So sometimes when I see those guys who passing around saying, oh, they are advocate and things, I say, look, that sometimes advocacy, you have to listen to both sides. Don't get to one side and be running. That's why I'm saying today we're balancing the show in a way that let us give the police time. We are not saying this man is okay, he should be passing around. But if it is in the purview of the police to arrest the man they were arresting, I just want us to establish that if the police think that this man should be arrested based on what they have already gathered they were arresting, and there's nobody above the law. But for me, I mean,
so should we say all of the other rape cases that they are handling in the past, they were wrong to do it like that, and these people need to sue the police or the government for that?
Man, those things happen in the United States a lot. They took some people, they put them behind bar, and they finished, they came out of there and they found out that it was not true, and they sued the government and they got some money back. If they have,
the United States will not just go and grab somebody and throw them behind bars because people accuse them. They may do investigation. They may go to court. The court one. That's where everything may happen to convict the person in the court. If it was running, whether they were lying on, it would be in the court, but not because somebody just said it and they just go grab you and put you behind bars. That they've been doing it, and that is the law in the country. And now in this case, it's been handled differently. No one is saying that the police is not doing their job. You're still not getting.
All right, Amy. Then everybody was born differently now. So that's it now. Let's leave it like that. Let's go to the next topic. Everybody was born differently.
When you come to the law, you don't come to that lucky and something.
Everybody was born differently.
No, you don't do that, family. You have to.
Everybody was born differently. So if the police wants to arrest him now, let the police go there and arrest him.
The police now want to. If that is the law, if that's how the police are always proceeded doing these cases, these they rip something, then they should do the same thing. It's not because if they want to or if they don't want to. That's no.
Yeah, somebody said that's the rape law.
Not because Amy says it, not because Famuna says it, not because anybody says it. But if that is the law, and if that is how they have proceeded over the years, then they should do the same thing. If this guy is innocent, I'm not saying he's guilty because he has to be proven. If he's innocent, he will walk out the same way how they have the other people there. And trust me, his skills will be
the reason why I can't
will be faster than everybody else that have been accused in the past because of his status.
The
and
reason why I don't speak too much on that issue right now,
looking at this case.
I'm not going further with the issue. It is because many of the laws in Liberia has been revised. Some of the laws have been revised. So I don't know whether there have been any revision in the laws on that. So I don't know which one now the police is using. But if there is any law that that says that the accused should be arrested before investigation, then it's still on the police. That's what I'm saying. It's still on the police. So the police is the the police is the only institution that is on a statutory responsibility.
That's what a concern. That's what the
yeah, to do that.
Why
so,
the police is not doing it that way.
So the question about why the police is not doing it now, we all can wait and hear from the IG and whosoever that is responsible to give us that information.
You up now, Mr. Davis? You ready to join us now?
I'm gonna go take a nap. You get a man a cup of black coffee to drink.
So we will move on to our dearest tour options.
You need to drink one cup of coffee, Mr. David.
You were seriously knocked out on the show. I had to do you the favor.
You looking good when they knock out my tires in the comeback.
So let's move on. We're moving on to our favorite tour options in the country. If you all can guess that, after Unity Party fails, after CDC fails, I should be the third one. I'm the, alpha head. But anyways, it looks like representability went to their county and to report his kinsman, the vice president, to their eldest day, right, in Nima County. So I hope this is not a commentary. This is the right one. Let me see what he said. Musa Beledi on VP Jeremiah Kun called him a wicked man. Vice President Jeremiah Kun is a wicked man, always fighting sons and daughters of Nima who try to do better for our people. He did it to me when I was running for deputy speaker position and did it again when I was running for the speaker position. Now he is trying to break my business down because he understands that my business is helping with the funds to implement projects in Nima County. But trust me, I will not bow down to him. We will continue to implement more projects. Jeremiah has been around for 9 years and had been around for a little over 1 year, but you said 9 years and a little over 1 year. Okay, I'll continue reading. However you understand, that's how I understand it. But you can compare the level of development I have implemented in Nima County. He is afraid that I am opening your eyes to develop and exposing his lack of developmental agenda. Okay, guys. So first of all, this is the tribal politics here, or should I say the county politics, whatever being played here. And Mr. Davis, let me start from you because you've been quiet a little bit. According to what Musa Beledi wrote here, right? Jeremiah Kun has not been supportive of his kinsmen for Nima County and stuff like that. He's been fighting them, and he fighting him now, so because he's doing this. Should Jeremiah Kun, right, sacrifice how many thousand people in Nima County again? 700 or 800 or let me open. I'm sorry?
You are muted, Mr. David.
You're muted. I don't think I did this one to you. You did it yourself. Unmute yourself.
Just go right down there and unmute yourself. We're not hearing you, Mr. David.
Yeah, and I can't do it, so I don't think I did that. I can't unmute you, so
press the mic over there and unmute yourself.
Hear me?
Yeah, now you're cooking.
So shoot, you said how many people in Nima gonna use 700, 800, whatever?
What in Nima gonna get 1 million people? You got 2 million people.
Wait, I come in. Let me finish the question. Should the vice president, right, sacrifice those people really bringing ease? If first of all, the vice president did not put this. It wasn't the vice president or somebody was the president, but yeah, he's the vice president. So I guess that's why he wanted the vice president to twist the president arm to remove that stuff from on the business. But either way, if the vice president even did this, should he sacrifice? Let's say that Mr. David said 1 million people suffering for just one kinsman and allow the rest of the 1 million kinsmen to suffer. Does that make any sense to you?
No. The problem is Musa Bilili cannot compare himself to the vice president. Musa Bilili is just coming into the picture. He running so hard that the speed running with it down, a break when a break out, you slide, you go all the way into ground there. The problem, the matter of fact here is when Musa Bilili started being the Makande, started being Kingsman, he just started when he wanted to become representative.
And now we're going
to started by even selling gas, selling medication to save people. And he built the second biggest medical center in Nima County, Gata, where is now his born town. Musa Bilili in a district where he come from.
Yeah.
Jeremiah couldn't get big farm in Nima County where he was not born. He get it in Gata. When he parked Banga coming Gata, we actually bridge somewhere there. Jeremiah couldn't get one of the biggest farm. Then when he reached Ganta City, it's such a Jeremiah couldn't get one of the biggest private hospital, but then give it to government. Musa Bilili not build hospital and then give it to government? No. So Jeremiah couldn't help the kinsmen in the Makande more than Musa Bilili. Musa Bilili only helping district number 7. But everybody can go to that hospital to go for medication. People can go there to get well. How many treatment Musa Bilili besides his district, besides people he helping and man people? Like all he helping. Then you talk about not made more than they know he had not made more than the vice president. And after it will hit you wrong, you will never forget about it.
So I mean, Mr. David, it's Musa Bilili. I know you say they all these guys always come right in the name of the Liberian people are suffering. We care for the Liberian people. The other people don't care about them, and this and that. And we discovered this is what you're doing to the Liberian people. This massive, looting, I will call it. And now that you have been exposed, you just exposing yourself like more and more and more and fighting the government, even though you're still getting profits. It's not cutting down your profits, but on the skills that you had you still wanted to be on that skills. Then you take those monies and go, some of it, a little bit of it, and go rub it down the whole in front of the people and say you're doing things for them after you robbed them over the years so they can give you a bigger power, right? Should we trust that Musa Bilili, people that Musa Bilili didn't even care about Liberians? Like you said, he just started doing that when he wanted to be representative. Musa Bilili been there over the years, FIFA and all of that, and with the alien government. He didn't do any of this stuff. Should we trust that Musa Bilili calling us the third options? Should we trust that at all?
Musa Bilili can be the 20th option.
Okay.
Musa Bilili can be, I don't care what happens, Musa Bilili can be president of Liberia. You can go born the second time come back, you will never say be president of Liberia. So let me tell you the fact. Musa Bilili can even, let me tell you when it comes to presidency, don't just put Nima County, even your own district, don't put a district that say you vote for Jeremiah Kun and Musa Bilili. Jeremiah Kun will pick Musa Bilili in your own district. The people will not vote, they will not vote in Musa Bilili as president of the Republic of Liberia in a district.
You think Ezekiel believe that he's the crooked man?
But you see, the people don't know, the people just wanted to get something from him, and that's what they get him now, that's what they want. Because they know that money, the money is there, not correct.
Wow. See, you're not caught the something of Musa. Okay.
Amy, what people say they're going to Marshall, are going to develop Marshall, or are bringing 3 million to develop Marshall. Amy say, no, your mother has said the 3 million they may bringing. I will develop Marshall because they may cutting my money to bring it to you people. The money I get, I will develop my actual way. Only he one. The whole Musa Bedede can exactly pay. Only he one get social house. He and who get it? He and nobody get it. Because he get the money with him. The money was taken from the gasoline, robbing the people that why he get it, go build that kind of house. Okay, why only one complain? You are not the highest importer of petroleum product in Liberia.
Right.
Why the other people don't complain? Only you solo complain. That what the one so I don't let for government official to own business. Because when you own business, you
But
want to protect.
isn't this against the law too? Like the code of conduct, like he's supposed to be. Because right now, to me, he's not speaking as the representative that is speaking for the people. What's best for the people? He's speaking as Musa Balde, the businessman. That what's best for him. He's not fighting for
you're not working for the people now. Why would you go riding on Musa Balde the company? They my company here, they people breaking down. I sort of bring money to you people. They breaking my company down. The 5% they breaking my company down. They didn't want me for me to get the money. I sort of get the money was just sort of right. You sort of pay $35. You're not will pay you'll pay $100 because I Musa Balde I'll get it. I'll get most of the money. So what is sense inside it? The 5% is saying everybody will ride motorball for 35 cents. The Musa Balde can say no, it's not correct. Everybody will ride motorball for $1.
You hurting me.
So he hurting me. So who is doing good for the people? The 5% on Musa Balde.
That's what I know. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Family, same question to you. Should the vice president give up releasing on some of the burden on the 700 or 800 Nimbalians because of one Nimbalian? Because he should let the other kinsmen suffer for one, which is Musa Balde. Because right now he's going saying this thing in Nimaka, thinking he's doing himself a favor for saying it. It's sounding good to him, and I don't know how many Nimalians it's going to sound good to. But
so when the rats had meeting, they said who will build the cat? Who among all us here will be brave enough to put the bell around the neck of the cat? Musa Balde is just one of those ranting politicians who is only and after his own selfish interest. When Musa Balde started crying like this, when Musa Balde crying when he was in charge of the road fund, when he was mortgaging the road fund, he and Josh Weah and the CDC administration, Musa Balde sat on a platform telling the Liberian people that he even richer than the president. That even the car the president around, he bought his own before the president. He was rubbing mud on the faces of the Liberian people after robbing them. Musa Balde have been robbing the Liberian people for a very long time. So because now the administration, not even the vice president, but member of the Ways and Means Committee and other committee on energy and other things, look into it and saw that, why are we here worrying about how to raise funds for the maintenance of the yellow machine and other things and other infrastructure and things, when we can look into this thing that Musa and his guys have been robbing the Liberian people off, and through the far certainty of those men, they were able to see that 35 cents and quickly say, this is the thing why Musa misbehaving, saying he will do project in all the country. And Musa said it. He said, I will. The last time I listened to some people, but this time around, we'll do project in all the country. We're not stopping you from doing project. Musa, we all know you can't do nothing free. Honorable Balde is a separatist. He had been on a spree of breaking down every institution he's been part of. Look at Liberty Party. Everywhere Musa Balde go and he break that area down. So he went Nima County. We know the enrichment that the late Godfather, peace be unto his ashes. We know the enrichment they had. You saw the reason why Musa Balde did not even include Ezana Kumis on his flyer or on a Buibo in his particular district. We know the politics, the Nimbalians, and through the Godfather, the fallen hero, the fallen Godfather, went to his people and talked to them and say, let's give Musa a chance because of the massive work he's doing here. But he gave him a caveat. But for him today to look at the vice president, you know, and attacking the vice president as if the vice president is the cause for his nemesis, it's disappointing. It clearly shows that Musa Birete is very, very eager and in fact draw instinct from the Liberian people. Let me put it that way. So anybody who opposes his sinister agenda, he see you to be somebody who is anti. You can look at the vice president who built a 150-bedroom hospital in Nima County and tell you, say, oh, he started doing development before they met. He's the man jealous of you. What are you talking about? You know how many young people the vice president have made to be successful business people today? You know how many young people, you know how many businesses the vice president has? And you hear today you want to what? You want to do what? Honor man and making look what? Look, the Nibanians already know who you are. That's the reason why we are considering you as a Queensland. If possible, he's a Jacobo among the Nima County and you know sons and daughters. They are look, we already know the ploy. The ploy is that Musa Birete, who have always not agreed with opposition. When the opposition was fighting to remove CDC, Musa Birete joined the ruling party. Musa Birete has always been stooges of the CDC. He has been a bare ball of George Weah. They already been in our clique. So anything that will solidify George Weah and that will satisfy the appetite of George Weah, that's what Musa can do. Musa go and form CDCMC. Why you think Musa go say CMC? You think Musa know in the long run you get ready to get an M and put a D right by in the middle. We already know Musa plan because it was their plan that they will want to divide, because this is the strategy. They say, oh, Nima consider themselves as the electoral college in this gun election, so we're going to have a strong foot in Nima County, and so that we can weaken. So just in case the vice president will be considered to run in future election, we can weaken the vice president chance among people. But we already said to Musa, that is what we call in medical science dead upon arrival. That case already died before arriving. We already show you the way that you will not survive in proceed, a recent election. Musa Birete, nobody knew CMC, just run. You go tell somebody rest on in the race. Because you wanted to show, but you saw how they were massively whipped, and you said you even abandoned them during the heat of the election, and you left them, you travel abroad. So we already know that your plot, we already know your strategy. So we just waiting for we to beat that jump. And he say you already know the jump. We'll beat that jump. You told that jump, we'll beat it. But the time will come for you to answer some of those things that you say you don't. We already know who you are. So attacking the vice president not helping you. And let me tell you, the elders in Nima County, they are not foolish. They are not crazy. Those people were traditionally selected for a reason. Now come and go sit down for Musa. Musa, you can share pick up on everybody in that country. You're wasting your time. When Nima County were able to speak, they will speak in unison. They already know. We get give you a small space for you to sit down over there. Thank God you say 2029, you're not running.
You said Musa and Coca are going to be teaming up now.
Influencing Coca with money.
Yeah, thinking that Coca will just do all that thing. Coca will shy.
So we calling the prodigal sons of Nima now.
Yeah, and you shoot the say in the leg. These are what we call. These are the real misquants that Aaron Wizard were talking about. These are the misquants.
These are the tabula rasas.
These are the Buccaneers and those unenlightened elements that are just running around thinking that, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. You cannot do nothing to Nima County. Nima County is one of those. I mean, I'm not a Nimbanian, but I am so proud about how those people on our side, how they think and how they see things too. Look, there is unity in diversity, but when it comes to the general good of Nima County, we always told the Nimbanians that it was not a mistake for the vice president to come from your county. And if you don't see this as an opportunity to support it and build upon it, you will be on a sinking sand. I'm telling you for real. Because if this opportunity slips out of your hands, look, you will cry and cry and cry, and that tears will never form river. But there are some good, there are a lot of good people in there. They already know. So that issue, I'm not even worried so much. Koga then they just power the plot, get some money from Berete. We already know. Koga then our agent, we send in there to get some money. You know, Berete. Nah,
who
you
made
crying.
Koga the thing that he even have the strength to be fighting someone who made you, I can say, who helped you to become
that is what they call it. If ingratitude was
even
a person,
the Godfather, the late Godfather, could not help you.
even I'm telling you, the Godfather who nail you down and pull hand on you,
Godfather,
and
he
waste
can't
a
help
whole
you. He
whole
can't
bottle
pray
of
for
oil on
you.
you.
Yeah.
When this vice president supported somebody, the person won.
The person won. And
Then
when
you
he
come here,
supported
you don't know this man. And this was the same man who was in the trenches. This was the same man who was accused by the C fanatic of the CDC. This was the same man who was, who was attacked.
The CDC who are healing him now.
Yeah, who
So he
attacked him
attacking
personally. They said, "Oh, he's using state resources to go run Koga campaign." This was the same man today that you want to do grave seeking to. Look, this is your doom. You know,
Thank
this
you
is your
for
doom.
So, thank you. So, guys, let's move on to our formula. You tell me, this is you are alumni of this people. So you tell us what after this video. Tell me what I want to know.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, this is our after protest emergency media engagement with the people of Liberia, our international partner and solidarity allies, to inform Liberians as to how determined the Boyka government is in neglecting education and now focusing on the issues that we've raised. We've disproved the regime today as speculated by surrogates and miscreants of the Unity Party that the Student Unification Party is a violent institution. Today, under the watch of multiple press media, under the guidance of the Liberian people, we exercise our rights according to Article 17 of the 1986 Constitution. It is our right. When the University of Liberia is debted, it is our right to demand quality education. It is our right to demand a safe academic space. It is our right to demand education that will put emphasis on the people. When we demand our right and the government is intimidated that they will send police after student leaders to incarcerate them, torture them, brutalize them, it is unacceptable. This is a reflection and a vindication of our position that the government of Joseph Boyka is consistently brutal, consistently violent, consistently irresponsible under the leadership of the current Agio police. The actions of the Liberia National Police to intimidate militants on the Student Unification Party have yielded no fruit. The brigade was going home. We dispersed the crowd. We dispersed the people. We told the students to go home. The police came on the university campus, arrested 8 of our comrades, including the brigadier general. Under the auspices and revolutionary credentials of the party, you don't arrest the brigadier general. So we have to intervene to release the brigadier general unhandcuffed. He's not unhandcuffed because he's a political prisoner. He's not unhandcuffed because he has stolen from anybody. He's unhandcuffed because he's defending the rights of thousands of university students that have been bastardized and dumped by the Boyka administration. As comme bien living will say, as comme Wushimi will say, we don't care how many numbers the regime will arrest from us. We don't care how many militants they will brutalize. At the end of the day,
Mr. Brecker and his gangster police will lose and the Vanguard Party will win. Beginning today, the regime is not yielding for any peaceful protest. When we are engaging, the empire must go debate. Any moment from now, there will be a consistent revolutionary posture in a more organized, revolutionary, political and vibrant way. We try to inform our international partner. And let us use this time to call on our solidarity allies, the Chinese embassy, because we are told that the United States embassy have given a defining order to the CIA that many of the student unification party should be arrested because we are demanding the exit of an American citizen for the University of Liberia. Look, the U.S. embassy Liberia is not a country. For the fact that a quasi organization gave this place independent doesn't mean you can dictate with us. You can dictate with Mr. Brecker because it's a puppet to you, but you cannot dictate to the student unification party. We are on historical responsibility to defend the rights of everyone in this space. We know the Human Rights Commission and other multilateral organizations will not come in our defense because the United States is involved. But we are calling on the Chinese government and the people of the Communist Republic of China that America have declared war on students in Liberia. The American government is after student leaders. They are at our homes, and we are saying here to the press, anything happens to this 6 individuals that are naming, me as a propaganda chair, the brigadier general, the secretary general, the co-chair for governmental affairs, the co-chair for party affairs, and the chairman of the Student Unification Party, the United States government and the White House administration must be held responsible. They are after our life. They wanting to assassinate us and to kill us only because their citizens is disabusing the academic space on the University of Liberia. Today, arrest is a violation of international law. You don't arrest anybody after protest. More besides, when the protest is peaceful, what the government display, they display something contrary to international laws, norms, precedent, and tenets of democracy. Mr. Brecker and his anchor team boss late Agio police that we still individual in the to resolve the Student Unification Party. So we stand.
So guys, I'm trying to look for this this peaceful protest video. So maybe some of us don't know the meaning of peaceful. The Vanguard Unification Party or whatever is telling us about student throwing stones at police and fighting them and engaging them. If that's what the word peaceful mean now, you know, I was trying to look for the video and something. And he also accused the government of not having a time for student, right? Not paying attention to education in Liberia. So, and this happened. This protest was on Monday, right? This past Monday, and this I think I'm about to read happened on the 11th, which was on what, Thursday or Wednesday? Thursday, right?
What, the 11 was
the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, has disbursed $550,000 United States dollars to sustain the operation of the University of Liberia. This is the amount that the president asked for when she went to the Senate, right? The payment was made on Thursday, September 11, following a formal request from the University of Liberia. The funds are intended to settle critical salary arrears owed to disjoint faculty, cover partial obligation from the recent concluded vacation school semester, and finance urgent bathroom renovation on the university campuses. So, in its communication to the Ministry of Finance, the administration outlined that $251,000 will go towards salary arrears and that. Well, we already know that. So, that's with this whole, this happened on Thursday, and the protests were on Monday. Family, these are your comrades. Are they ready?
On the 15th?
They were the 15th. Are your comrades ready protesting here for this reason, or they have a different motive from what we are seeing here, what the government already did? In all of the accusation he's throwing out there and
Well,
calling into the Chinese to come and fight the Americans and like, no, but you tell me what's going on here.
I mean, well, we've already set our own communication from the veteran bureau. We've communicated already through the viewer channel that we have the opportunity to communicate you, and we know that they say true revolutionary have charm light, but in this case, sometimes it become worthless if the reason for which we agitated, the reason for which we confronted tyranny and spoke to regime that were very incoherent. When we were back then in the student community, we were clearly and on an ideological construct. We engaged issue constructively,
Right.
and we always know that this phase at which he has reached was always at the last resort. But we cannot condemn the action of the Student Vacation Party. We cannot condemn it.
Why not?
We cannot condemn it because the students are always right, and there are legitimate concerns being raised by the party in the student community. There are legitimate concerns, but sometimes we only frown at the manner and form in which these and the concerns are proffered, the manner and form in which we give out the information. So there are huge metamorphoses going on now in the political sphere of our country, and where regime are having more diplomatic conversation than we are not under any military rule again. We're not having any other paramilitary organization to go counter and the party. So I don't think that some of the posture that some of our comrades were carrying out was necessary. Again,
So you cannot. You say you can't condemn it. Now we're not talking about
I cannot
condemning.
condemn the action.
My question: we're not telling you to condemn the reason why they want to protest, but in the way in which they are doing it, they have the right to call for a cleaner educational space and environment and all of that. Yes. But must everything be about militancy and throwing rocks and something? Is that how you get
Look,
your prayer answers
we
or whatever?
we do not reduce our militants to stone throwers and disruptor. When we were talking about being disruptive, we were being disruptive with ideas. That's what we were disruptive with. Like we always said, the militants of the Vanguard Student Vacation Party are the true ideological defender of the party. So we were trained to defend the party ideologically, give out sensitive information. That's why people used to look at the Student Vacation Party as a repository hotbed of knowledge, contemporary argument. It was not on the basis of violence. But today, I don't even know the culture. Sometimes, when longevity occurs, the mind impairs. So because of time overpass, people try to evolve, and when that when some people fail to get some significant information to give out, and then they have beyond propaganda, the next thing they'll result to is violence. So we have already communicated for them to be more substantive on the issues, because the party is an institution based on issues and policies. It's not. That's the reason why we always say that whenever the chairman who preside over the tripartite session, which consists of the General Congress, the Central Committee, and the Politburo concomitantly, when the chairman speaks, it becomes a policy. So these people are not just people that just appear in any gallery. That's why the chairman of the party does not appear in any gallery. So the party was just basically on ideas. We give out information, not to go be running around on raising on that. When all the one started, I don't know where.
So do you think they are getting it wrong from doing those days, right? Doing your, let me finish now. Doing your uncle day, doing like Gafani day, doing all the other people's day, right? People were arrested, people were beating, people were thrown into prison, but not because they were throwing stones, not because they were doing all of those things, because they were standing their ground, protesting for the right reason, doing it peacefully and doing, on their campuses and doing stuff like that. You think they're missing the point here? They're reading those backstories and they're thinking that these people were like going and being disrupted in the way they are being now throwing stones and telling somebody, you think they're getting it wrong here? Or should your veteran and stuff do more to inform them?
So I mean, all of veterans are talking to them. I guess many of them are reaching out. They are talking to them. Look, we have to change the course of action. There are other ways. We know the negation of the negation. We know the law of unity and struggle of the opposite. We know that the compare and compliance method. The compare and compliance are they're trying to transmogrify in our form. When we were talking about compare and compliance method, we're not discussing it like this. There are other ways that we can pressure that the Mampaya to do things, but we were not going, viciously. You can't tell somebody, you can't say, oh, the United States government through the CIA are mandated the police to what if CIA get to do it? America gets serious thing on that thing. Look, we are not saying there are not issues at the university. And the issue at the university is not that the Mampayans.
No,
it's an age-old problem. And the root causes of the problem, you guys know fully well the root causes of the problem are the same people who think that they are deeply rooted in the idea of the party. Many of the veterans you see, they are veterans of the Student Education Party everywhere in every facet of government.
Mm-hmm.
Even today, I was even surprised to see how the CDC performed, because many of the guys from the Student Education Party were the one who went and took over the youth wing of the CDC. To see the CDC government become a militant wing and become a paramilitary group and started hunting down other critical voices. People cannot speak against their lead, against any other leader or against the government. Then they can go home in peace again. I was so confused and I was dismayed. I said no, because most of the guys there, they were all. How will we say we are for the masses, and then we come into government and we do not channel argument for the masses anymore? Instead, we become paramilitary, we become hostile to the masses. They see people that we were talking about, so we're protecting their rights. Then when they give us the power now for us now to show to them that, oh yes, it is because of you people that we are here, so we are here to protect them, we begin to abuse them. So sometimes it kind of misguided when you see things happening. That problem at the University of Labrador is not today, not yesterday. It began long ago. So that the Mampaya will not solve all of the problem, and the course of action for those militants is far from the existing reality. I don't know, we planet they living in this modern time, those strategies are not working. And you don't think that because you say you are a militant, that means you are above the law. You cannot tell the police when to move to arrest you. And more besides, there are reasons why the police will come for you. And
the police wait for instance, but because the protest is over, they shouldn't go for you because the protest
for certain security reasons, the police will not arrest certain people at certain time. The police know that. So the police have that plan. If police want to pick you up, well, in Labrador, you can go to police now to pick you up. You make the thing to look like it's so immune to arrest or it's so impossible. The police won't allow you to go that man because they wanted you to. But that one who said he brigadier general They tell you say the
The
hospital.
one looking at he got one cushion system, or the one
You
I
carry
talking.
yourself. There's some kind of zogo. You can't take. We won't sit down here and support that. I'm not going to support that nonsense.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, you can get me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What my junior comrade family there lament is.
Oh, you'll come right too.
Yeah.
See, you need to tell. You
I
need to call
I
your boss.
graduated from University of Level 2003. We were the royal class.
Okay.
So, soup will never die. That's our motto.
Soup
Soup
will
will
never
always
die.
be soup. Soup will never die.
Never run out of men.
No run out of manpower. All the politicians, they have created new political parties to go against soup. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to plant some men in soup, so they can go somewhere to destroy soup. But we'll win it out. We know what's going on. The same American embassy we run to most of the time I fight for. When American embassies abandon soup, that's not true. The American people would never abandon. They were not even going to Australian politics. What do on Campbell there would do it there? They would not come to there to say because the one that the Mampire to Ezzy. Sometimes when we're doing some of those things, we got to be very careful. That the Mampire Ezzy, you know how long I'm going to take. I know when the president appoints somebody to go through the Senate before that person take power again to sit down, what they're going to do, everything, you know what's going to happen to your education? You went backward. Your best thing to do. You want to fight, you can fight. You can protest peacefully, not throwing stone. The media, your protesters are our lawmakers. They need to see what's going on. They need to allocate funds for it. No matter who you put over there as president, once there's no money,
there's no resources, it's not going to work. Yeah.
It's not going to work. It's just like you get a lot of gas through over and on. The people that get gas through over, they can't control them. Like they not get money to feed them at home, they can't control them. That's looking. No matter what you do, you will not control those girl children. So most of these guys, they gotta be very careful from the word, the author, saying the Chinese can't fight. What is the Chinese fight American for what thing now? So what thing they coming fight with? Then will you survive? When China and America fight for us, will you survive?
They might just do it in a super and not in like bro.
But Sue will never die. I need to go too much into Sue business, so I'll be going against our idea of the party.
Okay, Steve, this is it. This sounds to me like when your own is doing bad, you shouldn't say, what do you mean by you'll be going against something of the party? No, you will not. So the whole idea of banning the a student political or party from the university campus, how do you guys feel about that?
Look, this is not the first time.
That one will fail. I will go there.
This was not the first time an attempt was made to stop student politics on the campuses of the University of Liberia, but this is not going to work.
But is it a legit reason though? Coming that they even though you're part of looking at everything that's been going on, do you think or can you say it is these people are being they have some kind of a good concern to want to stop that?
They are not stopping it. Let's just get this thing clear. They are not stopping political parties, student political parties on the campus. But they are stopping activities. They are suspending activities temporarily because of the heightening tension that is going on right now. But you cannot, abort the practice of politics on the campus of the University of Liberia because political science is taught as a course on the campus. So those people who are
that don't mean anything.
who are reading political science, they still have to practice it. And more to that, SUP as an institution has been in existence for a very, very long time. And again, the University of Liberia, under each chapter, has the right to suspend student politics. We're not going to tell you no. It's not under the university handbook. Yes, the university has the right to suspend it. But again, the leadership will still have to negotiate to find a common ground. And they can recourse at another point when the tension go down a little bit, because we still have student representative we have student representative at the faculty senate. So how those people going to be going there to represent the students if they have to come from institution? So we have no representative that represent the students over there. So yes.
Formula, are you saying they cannot have political science and have student represented without having these kind of activities like going on and all the meditating is something that
these are extracurricular activities? You cannot take it from students. You cannot take it. You can suspend it temporarily, because we know that even elections on the campuses of the University of Liberia was suspended was suspended. And later on, they started doing nomination. Political party, the three major political party, and later on is I think another political party joined. We used to have SUP and SIM, and then STUDA came, and then now they get PROSA, and they get, I don't know what kind of party again they get. But
well, we better hear those other party names, but SUP.
Oh yeah, PROSA only came because PROSA came because that was the breakaway when Alvin Wissel was expelled from the university. He founded that political party as a owner because SUP did not support him then, so he founded his own political party. So he called it PROSA, the Progressive Student Alliance. So they were on that other side, but I think they get another name now for them. They call them I don't know, there's some kind of name they got for them now, but they are another group too. They are on the campus there. But this up and down and thing is just to cool everything down. It's a temporary seizure to cool it down, because we have had chaotic situation on the campus there. The election that Gabriel City and other people and Daniel Charles and the rest of the other guys were suspended. That election was chaotic, very, very chaotic.
How could you learn under conditions like this?
Yeah,
I mean, is it fair to other students?
Well, the bigger goal over there is that there are a lot of ills at the university, and there are institutions who have their own ideological construct to speak of those ills, because those students were not at the level to talk for themselves. So yeah, those institutions were there.
Yeah, but that's not the point of formula. You have in other schools, you have things there, right? You have students, you have all the students organization, even here, right? In the US, you have all of those things, but you don't see them doing what these people that y'all can be doing in Liberia there with their whole thing you call student unification party. You never see that, because it's disrupting other people's education. How can you call that advocacy for students? You are disrupting other people from being that are sitting in class that don't want anything to do with our care. The same. You doing that in somebody with everybody, not everybody into
I would not want to term that as disruptive.
It is.
I would not want to.
We're looking at it. Okay.
Because the struggle.
Let's watch this right here, and you can tell me what it is any beneficial to anybody who don't want to be a part of that sitting in class.
So he's not responding to us because of the tear gas. He's quickly making his way out of this environment.
And you can see, and they are engaging with drugs again. They are engaging.
So again, they are coming to engage the police, and the students are here in a very good number. Police are just few. So see what Rato is. My gracious God. The police need help. The police need help. The students are. The police need help. The police need help. The police need help. The commander keep asking for them to move. The tear gas being fired, but it has been wiped away by the breeze. The commander is even asking for the gun. The police are equally responding.
So, family, tell me, how is that not chaotic? How is that a good learning environment for other people who are not part of that nonsense? How is that any lawful way of behaving that students supposed to be something instead of them being in class? All of that. How is not messy and distracted, like the disrupted and everything? How is you tell me?
The bottom line of the whole thing is that there is a root cause. There is a root cause.
So from what you're telling us now, when anybody feel when any root cause, everybody should engage the police like that because there is a root cause.
I'm not supporting the throwing of stones. I did not say they should throw stones. How did I support people throwing stones? I'm saying that agitation of this nature is as a result of this agreement.
That's what I'm saying. So if somebody disagree,
so look, I mean, the struggle for the liberation of the continent came in so many forms.
I hope you have the same view when you see other people out there doing the same thing. I'll keep that video here.
And I don't have
because it doesn't have to be just student alone.
Wait a minute.
I hope you will have this view here with your no. Because I'm not
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You sitting out here trying to prettify it. You're not uglifying it to know.
Oh.
But when a different group doing it, then you want to uglify it so that you will have the same view. If there's somebody else out there behaving like a moron like this to the police, I hope you have the same a revolution or the freedom of the continent or whatever. You will have that same view. I will keep that video, but go ahead.
Look, the struggle for the liberation of the continent came in so many different ways. And for today, the opportunity that the ordinary people have to even attend the University of Liberia came at a great cost. And one of the main reasons why today we have the freedom that people have today to attend the University of Liberia was because of the enormous sacrifices of great men and women in the past who put down their lives.
But not like
that. Yeah, people died. Student leaders were arrested and they were kept on the martial ground. You want us to give the historical typology about what happened to
I know
people
they
who
still gonna
oppose,
talk and do,
and, you
but
know,
the thing about
who
it,
oppose a hostile and tyrannical government. We know how they fight for the. Do you know how the movement for justice and peace in Africa, Moja, came about when Dr. Tokpana and Tipo tell them
you're still
on the
missing
campus
the
of the
point,
University of
though.
Liberia? SUP was founded as the result of the marginalized, oppressed, and lumpen proletarian Liberians who never had the opportunity to get tertiary education. It was because of the background that the Student Unification Party came into being, and they started fighting and channeling the cause for the ordinary people. So
Is that what's
today,
going on now?
the University of Liberia is not only a term by Wilson's or Johnson. Today you have Wogabi Tapia, we have Yakpa Wolune have the opportunity to go today, and the freedom to attend and get terminal degrees today is at the expense of the
So
great.
with that whole recitation that you just gave me, shouldn't they be using that and knowing that and making good of the education and behaving like this? Because what you're saying, this is not what the people who died was doing. That's not what they were doing. They were being suppressed. They were being oppressed. They were being stopped from attending these schools because they are not Johnsons, they are not Williams, they are not this and
people
that.
were killed.
That is not what's going on there, and they are behaving like a maniac out there. So how can you compare the two? You're supposed to know that and say our people, our ancestors, or our forefathers died for this. So we have to treat them with care and respect because of those things, right? But you're even behaving like a monster. This is not what the people died for, family. Is that what you want to say and tell me? That those people that went through all of those struggles, this is what they did it for, to see stuff like this happening?
Look,
they're behaving like that.
Let us get this clear. I want you to think that family is sitting on your show tonight and saying, "Oh, the students were right to throw rock at the police." I'm not.
What is he giving history for then?
I'm telling you that the act that led to the liberation of the struggle, or the struggle that the student community went through to have the environment today they have on the campus of the University of Liberia, did not come on a silver platter. It came at the result of the sweat and blood of courageous men and women who laid down their life today to have that opportunity. That's what I'm trying to get to you to understand. So the struggle that you see, damn, I got some crime. Shit.
That crime has to wake you up, because I'm still not connecting what you're trying to tell me. I understand all of that, and I know those things happen. But now we're talking about these meek ones doing it with.
Look, the students are always right. But here's the thing. This has not been the only time or the first time it has happened. It has happened on a success. There's always, I don't know why there's always this thing about struggle between the student community and government, in successive government. It's always been like that. But are there ways that we can, that's the thing I always found to be difficult. They say if it's easier for you to sit on a bench and tell people what all wrong, or what all that is going wrong on the field. Then when they put you on the field, you do something contrary. Because if you see most of the guys then who are in government today, they are all products of the University of Liberia. You don't mean to tell me that people graduated from the University of Liberia, they lose internal breeze, they light in darkness, and then the university still lie in ruin. The university still in a very deplorable state that the women, our girls, cannot use the public toilet and the latrine. They have to run in the butchers to use the. I don't know what's going on. You see the graduate school building, how it look. You see how terrible those classes look. How those students sit on those hostile environment to learn. You see how when it rain on those students be sitting in the cold with the water dripping on them to get educated. And then we have people who graduate from the University of Liberia and they are working in government and they can do little or nothing to resolve the issue at the new. Not that they don't know that there are issues on the campus of the University of Liberia, but they ignore it. But when they were there, they were some of the agitators, when Kafwani were there, they were writing. They were writing, they were talking. Some people, everybody have their own style. Other people, were doing so many different ways. They were channeling that information. So these guys, they have reached at a point where they are so devastated. You know what led to the Arab Spring? You know what happened that led to the Middle East to have crisis today? It was because of the situation that happened with Mohamed Bouazizi, who was a graduate from the university but never had a job. He was selling fruit and vegetables on the street, and while selling on the street, one of the officers went there and garnished his market, and he got angry and he combusted himself. He drank flammable something and burned himself. The same thing that Ajipompon did. He took that from Mohamed Bouazizi, and today that the Arab Spring started. That's how the world today in the north started. It started moving from Morocco to Algeria. It started going all around. So people got angry. There are so many ways because the learning condition on the campus of the University of Liberia is not conducive. It's not conducive. And this thing has been things that they have outlined for years. Administration upon administration have come and have faced this situation. Budgetary allotment have been given to the university, but all the university focus on and localize the entire budget on is just salary. Imagine 95% of the money sent to the University of Liberia is just spent on salary. And all of the fundings that the university generates among itself and other things, we don't know where the university is going. The university does not have a standardized library, like e-library, don't have good ambience and places where people can sit down and relax and focus and have a quiet time to understand what is being said on that campus. But every time you go on that campus, all these years the campus have not changed. There's nothing new you can show onto, and that's the reason why
that is a valid point.
Even at the science college now, where they call the science and technology, the college of science and technology, there's no technological services rendered by the university. There's no scientific thing that university come up with all these years of science and technology being taught at the State-run university. So it's sad. So sometimes these guys are devastated.
We sit on these shows and talk about that and point all that out all the time. Even during the election, we did all of that. But
yeah, I mean, John, that's what I'm saying. We can always find a way to discuss the issue.
Yeah, how is it destroying them more with spoons and all
but
that?
I'm not supporting people using that way, but sometimes people can be pushed at a point. I mean, that's it. So I mean, I guess
somebody lying in a hospital and something. These things, there's no way anybody gonna pay you any mind or give you ES doing stuff like that. Nobody. You will become president the next day. They put you into they call you all the names. But if you address this the way you need, even a peaceful protest, why would the police be going there? Then you throwing rocks. You would not be protesting peacefully, and the police going there and just a tear gassing you and doing that. No, they would not, because then everybody will come in and start talking to them. We'll talk about it. But the moment the police or anybody trying to engage you start to, that's what makes it look bad. But no one's saying that.
We're not going to talk about the agreement today that was signed by the Liberian government. We're going to keep that for tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, okay, then no problem.
Yeah, so we have some people. I think what's the want to call in. The number is on the screen. You can call and we'll go ahead and do our closing. It's me. But there's defensive posture. I hope Famula will have it for other situations, and I will be here to remind him and be giving him the history of those situations too. How people came along and how they did something. I will not say here for him to uglify it either. That's what I'm saying. We have to get away from this thing. I'm not part of it, or so I got to find the remedy around it to make it look good. No, we have to step away from that. But go ahead, from the be doing a closing, Mr. David. He can't make it tonight.
Look, what a great show! What a great show! And we miss those days when we were just new on the campus of the University of Liberia, when we used to have great men who used to just go on the Palava Hut and 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 give out information, and those good days when the Student Education Party had their power in writing. Remember, we have the University of Liberia intellectual class. We had the how they call it? They call it the also. There's this name for their newspaper. They had their own paper and all. Look, Soup used to have men. Some of us really vested our energy in Soup because of the writings. When some of those secretaries used to write, look, Amy, some of the writing can inspire you to get into action. That was the beauty of that is the beauty. That's why we always say Soup don't run out of men or idea. We used to believe in those writings. Every time when you used to see releases, when they fly, see people grabbing shit, be reading, because we came from an intellectual class, and that is why we talk the comrades. That's why I told him, I say, look, the militancy that we were part of was not a group that was vested or get all eight energy to go through stone. No, I can't be parading myself, sweating profusely to go stand in bathroom to go tell somebody, say, my militant chair is equated to 5,000 US Marine. What are you talking about? You reduce the party to a mere comedy, comedy show, because some of the things they be saying inside doesn't even make sense. We were respecters of authority because we always told people that we from the party were government in miniature, and that's what exactly what happened when these folks for Soup got absorbed into government. Go see Jowea government. I can tell you for a fact that there were majority of the companies that were in that particular government. Many of the young ministers are in that government. Many of them were all Soupies. Did the livelihood of our people change? No, our people even retrogressed into serious destitution. We saw what happened.
The Soup house
Yeah, I'm telling you.
The representative was super when he whooped that butt.
Yeah. So there was little, it's easier the guys then everybody wanna go while they talk. As soon as they bring them in, they're doing Manasari time. When they brought some of them in, they disappear. They disappear from the ideology of the party.
They betray the struggle.
Okay, that's why we say, boy, you betray the struggle. But in the end, militants were still visiting those guys in offices, and when they give me many compare note to them, they come out. That's how it been. But to confront the police in the manner and form in which I saw, I think they are on a whole new level. The militancy, they have taken it to a whole brand new level. Because I told you that the militants were ideological defender of the party. Ideologically defend the party on the pavement. When people try to spew misinformation and disinformation, it was the responsibility of the militants to erect the checkpoint to disabuse the contradiction by what? Evolving into intellectualism and providing the way with your intellectual, we can say intellectual calisthenics. You have to use it and direct people, but not for you to come wake up and reduce yourself to rat showing. Where we reach out with that? So for me, I mean, to some extent, I will tell you that the struggle is a struggle for the liberation and the transformation of the university, but the manner and form in which they are doing it, to some extent, I will take it back on that. But they have legitimate claims, and their qualms are,
absolutely.
To me, are genuine. The university has to change. The university will need to, and that's why I said that the Mampaya will have to put their feet down high. Either call for audit of the university, and also not only to audit the university financially, audit the university credentially, so that we can know who all that qualified, because at the State University, we still have bachelor teaching candidate for bachelor. It shouldn't be like that. We still have it because the university don't have, trained technocrats, don't have trained professors, don't have everybody trained, because the teaching here is a profession. But some people just doing it now as a hustle ground. So that's the reason why you have all the miscreants, all these charlatans going around the university thinking that they are professor and they dollar raising the entire process for money. You see, like the young men today that have been leaked all over from UMU, or young men, they're telling people whether they want to go to America, they want to go to France, they want to go to Canada, they want to go to all the different countries. I know giving the people country tour for $50, for $25. You see where we've gone. Yeah. So these are some of the problems when you have systemic problem at the university that is not fixed. So you have all these small things that coming up, and students over there, many of the people over there, that's the reason why we say the university is for the downtrodden, those sons and daughters of the pepper and bitter ball seller who never had the opportunity to send their children to a private university. So the University of Liberia is a state-run university. Vast majority of the money that the university use come from national government. So students should go over there and get tertiary education, just have other people who have the financial and the fiscal domain to send their children to private school. Our ordinary people too should also send their children to a public school, and they should be qualified equally to compete, and on the national scene for jobs and other opportunity to grow and develop and aspire to become who they all wanted to be. So what a great show. We look forward to being on here tomorrow. And if you come across the video, make sure you do the 3 things. You follow us, you leave a comment, and you also share with other people so they can join us. And as we've always said, we are sorry for sometimes coming late. We have other engagement, but we still pop in, and we will try to do the adjustment. Amy, I'm sorry, but we will do the adjustment.
Second time of that recitation, but yeah.
We'll do the adjustment, man. We'll do the adjustment. But what a great show. What a great show.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for coming. And yeah,
man, Hina, you want call, you get call going now.
Thank you for being here. Well, we appreciate you. Continue to share, comment, subscribe, and let someone know about the night exchange. We transition from Spoon Late Night to the night exchange over here. So until then, tomorrow we hope that and pray that you have a great day wherever you are watching us from. And with that, we just want to say thank you, and we'll discuss that due tomorrow, family. And have a great night. God's willing, we'll see you